Snapfire, the minus armor. We see Snapfire also going with the Blightstone build again at the start. So that's a lot of damage. But IO Pudge, I still feel this is going to be a position 4. Might be a position 3 if it's a good matchup. I played quite a lot, so some of the matchups are really unplayable. For example, I don't know, you're playing the Monkey King. Monkey King level 1 is not that strong, but the, like heroes like Ursa, we've seen yesterday Razor. These are the matchups that you can't really play into.
And Razor's still in the pool as well. We saw him pretty popular yesterday as well.
I got a Pudge IO question. If IO tethers to Pudge and Pudge uses his shard to eat IO, and therefore IO gets extra regen, is Pudge just unkillable?
What's wrong, T? Wait a second.
Doesn't work? Okay. No tether.
Okay, no tether. Wow, that was a very active hand movements coming out from T-Gov. But our question is answered at least. We got Grimstroke coming out from Cool Guys.
I'm a big fan of Grimstroke plus a Snapfire duo, and also it's going to be a double Doom eventually. Doom, one of the strongest late-game heroes in general, where like your item build, most of the time it's going to be Hand of Midas, get those levels, get the extra gold, and you peak at 35-40 minutes into the game where you have a refresher Shivas. So possibly you can land multiple Dooms in this game, but to go back to Grimstroke and the Snapfire, these two heroes can always do something, and I'm a big fan of it. Like, they have a bit of tower damage coming up from the Snapfire, they have ganking potential early on. Okay, a lot of heals, a lot of saves.
Okay.
Some weird stuff going on Team Liquid side, but I'm excited to see it. Dazzle, not really the greatest hero. He can be okay. He's got heals. Grave can be good, but we haven't really seen much Dazzle pick in a while.
No,
no. If we're like, I think at some point he was buffed. I think everybody thought, oh, now that the cone is there for the poison, we saw Misery play it once. I think he lost. I think that was the only time we saw it.
The shard's okay. It gives you a little hex. It's very good against like illusion type heroes, but now they have a Dazzle and a PA as their dual lane likely. That's a lot of physical damage. They pick a Timbersaw. Timber's gonna have so much armor that their ability to touch him is literally non-existent.
It was pretty much the same thing yesterday. Secret against OG. Timbersaw, they saw the opportunity. It was 8 pick as well, where you see the only kind of damage that they had was also Pudge in that particular game. So pure damage, Dazzle PA, like you really like to play into that, even if it's like IO plus Phantom Assassin, you can't really kill the Timbersaw. Starting with like a stick and getting the level 3, level 5, you're gonna be unkillable.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, I mean, this is, I guess, game 1 is a good time to try out something newish as any.
It's a treat to the fans no matter what happens.
That's true. That is true.
And again, if Liquid is feeling like their stuff is meshing well, I think a team like Cool Guys is a good team to pick some of their more outlandish ideas against.
Sure.
There's going to be a skill disparity here no matter what happens.
That being said, Phonics Timber, he's a spooky one, so I'm ready for him to pop off as well.
He is. Phonic, if you check the heroes that he played, he is one of the most versatile players I think we have in general. He's just like plays whatever. Like he can play. I saw a couple of games of like Hoodwink offlane in the high level pubs as well, but also loves to play micro heroes like Enigma, Beastmaster, Nature's Prophet.
And it's actually such a good Timber game. He's good against all 4 heroes. It's like 2 strength heroes and then 2 physical damage only heroes. Looks great.
So just by seeing that, I feel like this Pudge is going to be core, because I talked about the bad matchups. They decided to ban Ursa and also the Phantom Assassin. The Bloodseeker ban. This protects Phantom Assassin because she's one of the heroes that loves to go in and out, reset multiple times with the Blink Strike, and it's one of the counters to PA, even though you don't think about it. And it's also like potentially like double Rupture on top of that. It's super strong.
Maybe this is how they got Zai to join the team. They're like, Zai, if you join the team, we'll let you play Pudge 3 position with an IO support. And he's like, that sweetens the deal, I'm in. That could be it.
That's all they needed to hear.
It could be a mid Pudge as well, but obviously much more dangerous when you don't see the last pick. Yeah, Pudge 3, I guess it could work with IO offsetting a lot.
Yeah.
Grimstroke does decent amount of damage, but Pudge has pretty high raw HP, so I mean, I can't wait to see what they do with it. Core Pudge has been something that's been pub viable for a while. The Ags build or things like that can make you scale a lot better than normal. And if you get more net worth, it just increases your survivability by so much because you get a hood plus armor items plus mobility. Getting doomed is not the worst either, I guess.
And you kind of have to... I mean, you can double Doom as long as you have the thing is, you have 2 saves, Dazzle and Io. You gotta at least get one of those, ideally both. I think you're fine.
I like the Lash pick because they needed something that gives them a bit of early tower pressure. We also saw a game yesterday with the Phantom Assassin where they didn't have any tower damage. Secret against OG. Pango decided to go for a Meteor Hammer, which was some kind of tower damage, more of a meme coming on from the Ice. But yeah, they definitely need it. Io, Dazzle, PA, they don't do any tower damage, so Leshrac will be putting in that. That's a position 2, Leshrac, and also like Mickey, he played it as a position 1 as well before, so no surprise there.
It could be IO3 as well. That's something that was done semi-commonly at TI, so that's also a possibility. Either way, it'll work pretty nicely with Pudge to facilitate his regen, and vice versa. And the last pick is going to be a Wraith King. Pretty popular so far in the last couple days of the DPC. Matches up okay against PA if you hit a nice timing. I think it's okay against it. They have pretty low armor heroes across the board on Liquid side, so I kind of like Wraith King here.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Noob Doom.
They basically have 3 strong tanky heroes on the cool guys side. Wraith King, Timbersaw, Doom. They're all going to run in. It's going to create space for Snapfire to land a full duration ulti. And with the right setup of Grimstroke, there's lots of good things they can combo. Doom to Wraith Fire Blasts. I think that's good enough for taking team fights. So I like the cool guys draft a lot. I don't really know, as it will be a Pudge 3 with Zai playing it. So yeah. It's going to be a weird game, that's for sure.
It's going to be a fun game, that's for sure, I think. What do we think about... sorry, I broke my monitor halfway through. This is great. What do we think about mid lane? Who's going to win, Lesh or Doom? Like, how does that mid matchup go?
Doom's going to get the farm no matter what. So Doom can't kill Leshrac. Leshrac can't kill Doom, but Doom eventually will be at the top of the network because of the Devour ability. All eyes on Pudge, all eyes on this lane. If this lane goes well, they're playing into Wraith King plus a Grimstroke, so double stun lane could be a bit tricky. I will provide a bit more sustain in that lane, so gotta watch for that one. Whoever wins that lane wins the game.
Wouldn't you put Timbersaw on the lane against Io Pudge? Like, would you not swap it about? Because isn't that really good to be able to deal with the 2 strength heroes?
You're right, but also remember the Timber's so good against the PA as well, so there's trade-offs here. Whatever's more important.
Well, we're going to find out how it's going to get laned and who's going to win, and if Pudge is successful, if this time around it works. We're going to find out together with our caster duo. It's OD Pixel and T-Gov.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, game 1 of Team Liquid up against Cool guys. Yeah, T, excited to see some more Pudge today. I mean, I thought yesterday was a bit of a special getting to, of course, see Secret play, well, try to play it. Here we're going to see Liquid try to play it. Do you think it's going to go any better for them?
This is a better idea of enabling the Pudge, right? And I think let's kind of start with understanding why Pudge should be good in the current patch. And I think the easy answer is because of the Shard, right? It's his ability to eat up a teammate, bring them back up with that HP, and then spit them back out into the fight, and then you go again. And that kind of enables the entire lineup of Liquid, where you have a save from Dazzle, a save from Io, then the save from Pudge, with big magic damage from Lesh, big physical damage from PA, right? Like, they have 3 enablers, and then diverse damage up in the front. So once they hit their items, it's a pretty scary lineup in concept. The issue is, it's like getting to that point, right? Having your Leshrac with 2-3 items, having your PA have the farm, Pudge be able to get into the fight. So yeah, there is going to be a window for cool guys to really use their early damage.
Well, it's going to be very exciting to see if they can pull it off, of course. As mentioned before, Cool Guys being one of the squads that made it up from the lower division here last time round, and well, we'll get to see their debut. Quite a scary lineup of names to debut against. But Cool Guys, you can definitely trust that they'll be giving it their all here.
Yeah, here a player to look out for on Cool Guys will be Noob on the mid lane. In the lower division...
I mean, yeah, you'd say he's the star player, or...?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So during the lower division, be it when they were called Spider Pigs, Level Up, or Tempo, Noob was that mid laner who was playing these Snapfires, these Grims, Viper, not really Doom, but just annoying mid heroes that are able to take over the game. He's the type of mid laner that after 4 or 5 minutes, if he hits that 6-minute mark, he's had a good time, gets an active rune, he's suddenly in the side lane, he's making moves happen. I'm not expecting that from the Doom, but it's the idea that Noob is a super active playmaker, but he's not playing the Spirit heroes every game. Like, it is a refreshing thing to see.
Bottom. It's going to be first blood there, and Sania and Matsu able to run down Omar. Because quite a potent chase down those 2 heroes can offer, even at just the level 1 between the poison touch, the daggers, those slows allowing them to keep that Poison Touch continuously refreshed from Insania.
It's a classic laning duo for like someone who's new to Dota, right? You're like, yo, you play Dazzle, you put your Q on him, and I'll dagger him and I'll play. You know, that's very much like the early laning duo partner of the historic laning combo.
I mean, Amar's definitely got to be careful. I mean, especially if they hit level 2, they're going to go straight for that Snapfire again. So.
Yeah, that's the main thing here, right? Like they mentioned it on the panel. Like the Timbersaw in this lane won't really care too much. PA should have a little bit of pressure when the Timber has levels, but early on, if Omar steps out and he dies 2 or 3 times, that could be what offsets the lane to enable PA to actually have confidence in the lane into the Timbersaw. So for sure, Omar needs to be careful.
I mean, and on this top lane, Thug and DNZ, can they do much to try and pressure Zai or Boxy, or is this just too sort of tanky and sustainable of a lane duo?
And if they hit the hooks, maybe, but they have to be careful because as you see here, when you hit level 2, Grim and Wraith King, you have the crit, the stun on the Wraith King, you have then the slow of the Q, plus your Inkswell on Grimstrike. There is a lot of kill threat, and I think right now for Liquid in this lane, they'll be happy if they are able to get that hook and disconnect the hero. Maybe you can run them down with Rot, but they'll be happy with just farming. If anything, it's Boxy overstepping his mark. That's when maybe you'll find kills in that top lane.
Oh, nice little juke there from Amar. Make sure that Insania is unable to keep that Poison Touch going. CS in the bottom lane, 10 for 2 against the 9 for 2. So very close between the cores down here, Matu and Phonic.
Also, just to make sure we keep up to date, the Poison Touch on Dazzle, it only refreshes from the Dazzle.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's not as if PA's actually enabling the continuation of that Poison Touch.
But the slow from the dagger, right?
Exactly,
it's helping the Dazzle stay closer to his target.
Yeah, just to clarify, because of course, before you used to be able to dagger to continue it because any right clicks from any source, but that has been nerfed to some degree, because it is only Dazzle now who can continue that effect on them.
See in the mid lane, CS. Flash with a slight lead on the denies in particular. The top lane being where we're seeing the biggest difference, of course, Zai as the Pudge. I mean, it's not like Wraith King, of course, has too bad of a right click. He's definitely one of the highest, but Pudge being Pudge, that right click damage at the early levels is pretty hard to match.
Yeah, and you have to think as well the fact that when you have Io getting that extra little bit mana regen as well, Pudge is going to have more hooks available in lane. He can even use it on the big, the hard camp inside the lane to get that extra bonus gold and XP, or he can look for some kills. And you see from DNZ's positioning, very scared to even show his face in the lane.
He is.
Because if you get hit by that hook, especially when Pudge is level 4 with the Rock and the Tether slow, if you're not near your tower, you will die to this combo. It's about distance for this combo to really thrive. In regards to itemization from a core Pudge, most likely it will be a Vanguard, Phase Boots, Soul Ring, into then like a Blink, Shard, and then probably a BKB. That's kind of like the general gist of it, being able to just walk into scary engagements and be kind of that fight initiator, be it through just being tanky or getting off that hook.
I'm going to make a bit of an attempt onto Zai here. They're doing a pretty good job, cool guys, as Zai does fall once again relatively low.
So that's a Soul Ring complete now on Zai. And, okay, cool. Does have the head drift.
Mid lane is, could this be a kill here for stun lands? It's going to be close. It's enough. Very nicely done there by Mickey as he's able to take down Noob in the 1v1 mid.
Yeah, if you look at the CS right now, it is very much less favored. Every time Doom walks up to the lane, he is getting hit by, the Split Earth and the Lightning Storm.
He's going to go for Thug here. Goes in with a hook. They've got the damage. They're able to take down Thug. Now they're going to try and turn their attentions maybe over towards DNZ, but I can't quite get him in reach of the range of Rot. But they'll settle for the 1 kill alone. It's the big one, taking the carry out of his lane.
It is so refreshing to see a Pudge in a competitive game. Of course, we saw it yesterday as he connects the hook. And look, this is just the chase down that I mentioned, right? You have the Tether slow, you have the Rot slow.
It's big.
It is devastating. It's a level-dependent lane. They have the levels now. Cool guys need to be careful.
I mean, it is. When you sort of get those 2 kills like that as the duo they are, it's certainly now that area of the map. I mean, obviously, for now, they're sending the Wraith King back up there. But it's not going to be easy. That top lane's just got significantly harder now with those deaths in place.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where right now it's going to be when normally cool guys, or at least the team before in the previous season DPC, it'd be Noob unlocking a struggling laning phase. But now he's on a Doom, they're not going to have that kind of natural transition from...
Watch for the hook here, I mean.
Yep.
They did have
go for it, mate.
They had the vision through the creeps, but didn't want to try for it there.
It's a core Pudge, mate. He's not hooking for the kill at this. He's like, oh, I need to go for the creep now. He just started hooking the catapult. I think right now he's like mode farm. He's excited to just hit every single big creep possible.
So if they can make an attempt on Thug here, not quite going to get the hook this time, and TPs are coming over. See Cool Guys try and turn this one around. They look over towards Zai. Omar coming in with the backup. He's bringing them low with the rot. Zai continuing to be healed up by Boxy, but there's the final crit. Comes in, gets the kill. Boxy, he's got backup of Matu. Matu's turned up on the top lane, so they may have lost Zai. Matu turning up will make sure that they do kill Thug yet again in the safe lane.
That was a really nice rotation, and that was like the secret-esque rotation that Matu's bringing from the previous team he played in, right? The idea that as a carry, 6 minutes into the game, he identifies this Timbersaw, this is his big power spike. Yeah. As you rotate out, you then automatically kill the enemy Wraith King.
Oh, here we go.
King, yeah, it's great laning setup, and now Zai goes bottom, kills the Timbersaw. Like, this is the perfect
And
setup.
mid.
And then they kill mid. They get 3 core kills in quick succession just because they set up the lanes correctly.
I'm going to try and see if they can set up onto Matu. But the rest of the team can't quite back up DNZ in time, so Matu's fine. TP comes in from Insania. He's now ready to play the top lane, so we really are seeing Liquid all over the place with these moves, and it's looking pretty good so far. 7 minutes in, 7-2, 2K lead, and all 3 cores comfortably at the top.
And they got relocate already. Because they've been hooking creeps, relentlessly, getting these early kills, they're already straight back to top lane.
And Zai, very quick there with the dismember into the hook, making sure there's no chance for the Inkswell to pop off. Chase is going to be made over towards Insania, and the 4 members of Cool Guys will surround and kill the Dazzle. So something found in return.
Pudge is the carry now. Matu is playing an off-lane PA, so look for his quirky itemization. Yeah, that was just a nice reaction from Cool Guys. Like, in that scenario, if you allow Liquid to play this fluid gameplay of initiating the TP rotations, getting the kills, Cool Guys then just going back to their lanes. If you allow Liquid to keep playing like this, you will have no map to play, really. So yeah, I respect the fact that Cool Guys did go for those kills, and at least they did kill off Matu, but right now they need to find a Leshrac answer and a Pudge answer.
See if Zai can find a hook here. No, he's not gonna quite be able to close the gap in on Dune. So won't throw it out for now.
And you see the early damage right now from Cool Guys. Wraith King as a hero, it's Armlet, Deso, then Blink. That is like the tried and tested correct way to play the hero most of the time. At SEA, big fans of the hero right now in DPC. They played it 3 times out of 4 games, I believe. That's been like the staple build. It's been popping off. But to get to that point, you need early damage. And that's why you see Leshrac and Pudge both going for the hoods. As they walk aggressively through the jungle, they have the confidence because this early damage from a Timber, from a Snap, from a Brim, is kind of mitigated, right?
I do end up getting the neutral creep deny at least there on DNZ for Cool Guys' sake, but struggle to attempt to get onto their own triangle high ground, as we're seeing. Zai now head up towards the top part of the map. He won't be able to take down Funnick on his own. Does need at least a +1 if they want to try for Timbersaw. It's got Insania. See what they can make of this. They start off the action. See if Funnick's tank enough to live through this. Okay, with Mickey and Boxe coming in there, there's definitely no chance for the man there as Funnick will fall. Now Liquid, they're ready to head over for more. Noob and Omar, they've got to come up with a plan here. They've got to get out. As Noob will be able to dodge the stun. Insania and Mickey, they're looking to chase down Omar. Hook from the low ground. Zai hits a beauty.
And then he gets to just slowly walk down DNZ. You bring in the eye, get a little bit more move speed in, and here's a slow. Tether slow as well.
I mean, Liquid are just rolling all over the place here. Bringing the action, and Cool Guys, they are certainly suffering due to it.
All right, so a combination that I want to see Liquid run at least once in this game is a farmed Pudge eating a farmed Leshrac with active spells.
Oh,
of course, when you eat the Lesh, the Pulse Nova and stuff will be flowing still. And then relocating that double combo into then a fight. So Pudge is this double-enabled hero, be it by having the Lesh and the Eye kind of within him. That is the absolute dream. I want to see it at least one time.
I mean, if it gets to that point, this game's starting to speed up pretty quickly.
And you see by the speed in which they're playing, Pudge, in previous games, at least kind of the pub meta, is be tanky, be annoying, phase boots Vanguard. I think in his quick buy, he had boots of travel. Like, he identified the fact that they are just playing so quickly around the map. Wraith King can't really do anything right now. He needs 12 minutes of free farm to really enjoy Dota 2 right now. Like, he doesn't even have an armlet or a pair of boots. I think his courier probably does have the armlet coming out at least. Yeah, so he has an armlet, but he has no boots. So he will be slowly walking around the map under the quick pace of how Liquid is playing.
Another tower to be taken. Of course, Matu, very much the insurance policy, even though his farm still is very good. Third highest on the board, but getting that Battle Fury, you know, if they do need to sort of play for the farm, you know, that they are going to be in relatively good hands there of Matu's PA.
Still waiting to see Cool Guys try and make their first, you know, clean, decisive play within this game. Because right now it's only been laning phase that we've seen from them, right? It's not as if we've seen them connect multiple heroes onto mid lane, make this kind of traditional support movement on the map. It's everyone's playing their own lanes, reacting to the lanes, and they're not kind of putting things together. And that is a product of a mid Doom who's not had his Midas yet, plus 1 item, like normally that you get from like an offlane Doom farming. Grimstroke's still only level 5 at minute 12. Hopefully he should be hitting that 6 pretty soon, but they're underleveled. They don't have the damage right now because, like I mentioned earlier, this double hood from Liquid and the save potential of Iron Dazzle. Cool Guys don't even have the damage. Like if they had levels right now, they still wouldn't kill them because Liquid's draft has hit this really nice, I think, unbeatable power spike right now for the next probably 3 to 4 minutes of the game, just because, yeah, they've itemized so well to play for this moment.
I'll see. Zai going straight for the Ags next, of course, making sure he has that insane amount of damage capability with the rot.
Yeah. The main thing there is the fact that the radius gets increased as well. So you are just able to increase that slow, that chase down.
Oh, noob.
Is he dead?
He should be here. Stun will land. That's the mid going down.
Fortunate there for Noob once again, just really struggling to find entry to the game.
Ah, the Midas as well.
Not that efficient. Do we have stats this season about time not using a Midas?
We might do.
Wait, was
if we don't, we can make them up.
I think that... No. Okay, well, that's unfortunate.
We'll blame JJ for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple one.
Yeah. Slacking.
Shake my head. So yeah, right now for Cool Guys, I think realistically, it's one of those scenarios where you have to sacrifice heroes to push out lanes. You know, you need Funnick to be off by himself on a side lane, away from a key objective, be it a tower or even Roshan at this point for Liquid. Force Liquid to use some relocates to that area, maybe you kill off a DNZ, and open up the game to at least get some items. Because this is like this is why like Leshrac PA or big physical core plus big magical damage core is innately very strong in Dota, because the point in which you itemize to deal with one, you still can't deal with the other, right? Like if I said right now, okay, Doom buying a BKB, very good item timing. Sure, you deal with the Leshrac, but you're not dealing with the Pudge, Dismember, the Hook, or the PA who's going to have an inevitable Battle Fury Desert, right? So clearly having diverse damage, when you're behind as well, it feels like you need to wait for not one item, but then 2 items. So yeah, right now, Cool Guys, they have to be so careful with the moves they make, because if they make one wrong move, this 5k lead becomes a 10k lead by losing Roshan, losing their jungle. And that's where, realistically, pushing out lanes, dodging the big fights, but being ready to contest a Roshan is probably, unfortunately, like the aim of the game for them right now. They can't be proactive. They can't just smoke up and look for a kill, because relocate will always come into play. You know, a pesky Dazzle will always have that shallow grave ready. So yeah, very much Cool Guys. They have to bide their time, accept the fact that Liquid is building this very strong lead right now. And then when they hit that one timing where they feel confident, that's when you need to see them try and make a move.
But yeah, back to the farm game for now. Cool Guys not wanting to take any risks at the moment. It has slowed down the pace a bit. You know, Liquid still very much with that lead, 5k up, 6k now.
It's some nice discipline coming out from Liquid here. When you have a 5k lead and you can feel the game being easy to run around in, right? Like Liquid, they were previously running around the map with such confidence, but they've slowed that down, right? They have this aggressive vision in the dire jungle, but they're playing on their own side of the map. They realize that if they can hit this big item timing before Cool Guys can, that's going to be the devastating blow where, like I previously mentioned, getting that big Roshan fight, getting that smoke of themselves, like they can just crush the game off this one impactful moment. So rather than non-stop trying to find kills, if they just hit this one timing that I mentioned, it's like the fail-safe way of them thinking they can win this game. Because some teams right now in this position, they just keep running at them, keep trying to break down the map, keep trying to own this triangle. But they have shown some respect to the Grimstroke ult, the double doom, that potential of some type of turnaround. And that's why Liquid did slow it down a little bit. But now that the lanes are pushed in and they can see Cool Guys aren't positioned to contest this, they're trying to sneak it. But Cool Guys, they're poking their heads in. Funix up here in front.
Let's see how much they can do to push Liquid back off this Roche.
DNZ has to hit the best soulbind of his life. Dazzle's actually a little bit out of position.
They're able to get the lockdown onto Insania, but now the turnaround comes in. Zai with the bite immediately tears down Funnick. Funnick, he's gone. Zai with the hooking, grabs over DNZ. Do manage to get the Doom drop down onto Mickey. Is there going to be any follow-up, though? That's the question, as Mickey still alive right now. They lose Matu. A buyback's going to come out. Zai misses the point-blank hook. Unfortunately for himself, they're still struggling to deal with this Pudge, though, as Zai too tanky for Cool Guys to focus down. So they're starting to try and reset, but there's the hook. Zai, and make up for that one that he missed moments ago.
Oh, I take, they had vision. I waited as if they didn't have vision, but then I realized his body was getting dragged across the ward, but oh well. But yeah, you know, you see there, Cool Guys, this was one of the best starts to a fight that you could have asked for, because you had Insania walking up to that kind of low ground position, which as we see a replay here, he's trying to de-ward from the low ground, but unfortunately, as Fug connects on that stun, there isn't that extra little bit of damage on top. You have the IOs then saving the Dazzle. The fight gets a little bit more kind of prolonged, which enables Liquid to take that engagement as Noob gets
hello.
Tipped.
That'll be another one.
And yeah, and dies. Doesn't even
Zai.
smile. Doesn't even smile. Look at that.
Look at him go.
He's played Pudge before.
Chewing gum and killing people, and that gum's coming to an end.
I was waiting for you were going to try and rhyme gum with, I won't lie. Alas. Yeah, Liquid have the Aegis now. Leshrac looking pretty healthy. Matimba Man going to be completing the Deso shortly after the Battle of Fury. And I guess a really important thing to mention is Matu did do an interview before the series started.
Anything juicy?
I mean, I guess the main thing is when Secret did get knocked out of TI, he mentioned that retirement was on the cards for him and that he was probably leaning towards that more than playing. But once he got home, that's when he was able to reflect and realize that he wanted to try for one more year. So as Liquid go in to take this fight, get a free pick off, this is going to be kind of like the big year for Matu to try and, you know, get that next Aegis, to try and really push for that TI, because this could have been, we could have completely different story, right? This could have been him retiring, maybe. Like this would be a different Liquid carry we could be seeing, but no, he's giving it one more go.
He is, and to be fair, he's not really had to do too much this game. It feels, you know, this is very much.
This is perfect. This is exactly what
he's having a great time.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, well, this is nice and chill. Really, don't have to do too much. Here's Zai just running around the map. Matu's just there as the backup if needed. He'll die here and there in a fight, you know.
But that's like the perfect game, right? Like that is the type of...
He's loving it.
Yeah, if you can set up a game in a way where Matu just needs to TP and kill a Wraith King and then farm for, you know, another 10, 15 minutes, you're living the dream. Now let's see, new style Liquid. What's their approach to going high ground? Other teams before have opted to try and dive past tier 3s. Will Liquid be disciplined and just simply take the tier 3?
See if Zai gets some nice hooks here.
Oh, he's looking for it. That is the Pudge hooking spot. But they're in vision, so. Because of the Dire Ward, correct. You know the game's rough when you're already placing an observer at your own tier 3. It's like, yeah, this tower's gone. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we've got the old Skelly boys. Going to be potentially taking a tier 2.
And this is looking very hard for Cool Guys to stop. They're going to try. They'll throw out the Soulbind onto the two backlines. They have the Doom trying to get it for the double Doom, but he's not quite able to close in. A turnover towards Zai instead, but the shallow grave is there. Zai falling over. They're able to take him out in time. Zai's going to be left saved alive as Mickey will be the one to fall, but he's got the Aegis ready for round 2. As only losing the Aegis there, Liquid, whereas Cool Guys, they've lost a couple. Both DNC and Funnick go down.
But they use absolutely everything. And Liquid, with the amount of sustain that they have with their lineup, the Dazzle, the IO, they don't really need to care too much. They bang out about 17 chat wars here, and they know it, because Cool Guys, they got nothing really left in the tank. They can move from top back into this mid, clear out this creep wave, take a tier 2, and Cool Guys are under the kind of victim of cooldowns right now. 90 seconds for Incarnation, 105 for that Doom, 80 for Snapfire, you know, Mortimer Kisses. Like, we're a good minute away from them being able to really muster any type of defense, and you know, Liquid, they smell this. They go straight through.
Absolutely. They're ready to look for the second set of racks, no question about it. See what Cool Guys are going to have to offer up. The tier 2, it's not going to stand long here. The push of Mickey Zai, of course, he's ready to split from the rest of them and look for some action. Wants to land some more of these hooks. It looks like Cool Guys, they are going to make it out of there in time. Liquid, even without Zai around, they're still going to continue to poke at the high ground. Keep the majority of Cool Guys staying back in the base. Zai not quite able to find the action down here that he was hoping for.
Yeah, I think they're just, again, this is the level of discipline that Liquid's playing with right now, because every time you think that they have this amazing advantage, they're taking it but going, okay, now let's just farm another item and use that item to be our next advantage, right? Like, the way that they take top with confidence, because that tier 2 is alive, and the creep wave's already kind of in the river, you expect them to maybe quickly take it, go back straight mid, and hope to play for the cooldowns. But instead, they're like, why risk it? They reset and go again. Like, some teams, like we mentioned, go straight for the racks, trying to play into the cooldowns. But no, they don't want to throw any games. You know, they got a Pudge. They want to be the first European team to get a win with a Pudge. And yeah, they're going to hold off.
Let's see if Zai can get something nice here.
What's he going to get?
So he's going to be able to grab Thug. He's going to jump straight over towards Insania, and they will be able to lock him down, take him out. Insania falls, and now Zai is kind of surrounded. Zai also to go down. Liquid, can they actually take this? They've been doomed on the lash. Mickey did manage to, of course, get the nail pumping out beforehand and will be taken out temporarily by Boxy with the relocate.
But it wasn't too far away. It was just within the river.
Let's see if Matu can help clean this up. Heads in over towards Funnick. Funnick trying to get back over to the rest of the team, but the crit is there from Matu. Matu take out the Timber, now over towards Zamar. Dagger flying in, slow him, allow Mickey to keep on top of him. An attempt to TP out will go off just in time there from Thug. He makes it out.
That was pretty close. And Matu just cleans up. You know, creep wave, and yeah, back again. And this was very much like Cool Guys. They saw a small window in which Liquid was alone, but the raw tankiness of their heroes, the annoyance. Like Boxy, we haven't really mentioned him this much in this game, but he has been excellent with these relocates where he's like relocating into the engagement, but making sure that Tev is available to disconnect the person he needs to save within the fight as well. So, yeah, Boxy really popping off right now. Kind of the hidden gem right now in this game.
See that Zai. Back with vengeance there. Again, trying to hook Insania in there.
I think he was trying to go for one of those bugged hooks where you go...
I think he was trying to hook him.
Or was he going for Insane?
I think he was trying to hook him.
Okay.
Oh, you mean you think he's trying to do one of the hooks where you hook out your backside?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or he's going to go
there.
for a butt hook, but instead he just nearly caught Insania.
I mean, that would probably have been kind of bad there if Insania got hooked up to the high ground, because we've seen how well Cool Guys have been able to jump Insania.
That is true.
Matu, and he wants to fight. He's in with the BKB, straight over towards DNZ. See if we can find much more out of this. We'll force Funnick to back off, making the space here for Mickey to clean up the melee racks. The mid-range racks as well will be soon to fall. There is still a tier 2 on the bottom lane for Cool Guys, so Liquid will have to work their way around there. There's 2 sets of racks gone though, 24-7, 16k up. Liquid continuing to have quite the comfortable start to this series.
You see them now just sweeping towards the bottom side of the map. Matumba Man, look at that minute. That was a clean line through the bottom tier 2. He wants to get out of this game ideally within the next 5 or so minutes. And yeah, there's nothing for them to do now. Like they've got all the items that they need. Mickey is soon becoming this unkillable Leshrac with the IO behind him. And we're yet to see the shard, unfortunately, on Pudge. So all these cool plays that I was hoping for, they don't feel like they need them, because they are just playing so well, they can all just play for themselves. Like if this was a harder game, shard 100% would be in question. But yeah, don't need it so far. Nice little hook with using that high ground ward.
Oh, we're going to see Doom still trying to jump in and do something with the Doom. Again, landing it down onto Mickey, but Boxy's able to take Mickey out to the side. He'll be kept safe as Noob falls. BKB up from Matt, who's ready to turn over towards Thug. Thug tries to get in, but a few crits and he's gone. Ari on top of Zai, but Instania has the heals, trying to keep Zai alive, and with Popsy tethering over as well, there's no killing this Pudge. GG is called as Liquid. Quite the game won here, 25.